He's ready.
But Amy's not ready.
Amy's not here yet. Who she is. Okay. City of Perkins regular meeting Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. Amy, call to order, roll call, and establish a quorum.
Mayor,
Yes.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
Sarah Dickerson is absent. Jason,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Number two, will you stand and pray with me, please? Father, we just come here tonight to thank you for everything that you've done to bless our city. I pray your continued blessings upon our staff. I thank you for this team that we have gathered up here. I thank you for the students and parents who have joined us this evening. I also want to thank you for our new partnerships, and I pray your continued blessings on the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma. And thank you for what they've done for us to help us. And I pray for all of our other new partnerships that are just beginning to blossom. Protect our firemen and protect our police. In Jesus' precious name, amen. Okay, I'm going to introduce the students are going to introduce themselves, but they're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It's the students from the Native American Student Association. Okay. And their sponsor. Both of you, say your names.
I'm Erica Payton. Shonda Brandell.
All right, kiddos, come right up front here. I know you're not kiddos anymore, I'm sorry. Now, I know most of your names, but go ahead and state your name.
Jake Clark.
What grade are you in?
Hannah Hart.
Jake and Hannah Hart. Blows me away every time.
Zane Payton. I'm in 10th grade.
Micah Payton, 8th grade.
Amelia's Peabody, 7th grade. Cyrus Sledge, 10th grade.
All right, thanks for coming. You want to come out here and lead us, turn and face the flag, and take charge.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people.
Yay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hey, Shonda, will you put them in front of the flag, please?
Yes, come back.
You're wearing the shirt. You want to take a picture?
Class is still in session. Bob, will you take a picture of them, please?
You're wearing the shirt.
Are you gonna get down there, Mayor?
That's
Where are
right.
we going at?
They need a picture with you.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm not standing next to Zane, though. He's tall. Just do this. I'll step up here between you.
We'll just move casually.
No, really, I'm good. Turn this way. Put your hand on your hip. Hand on your hip. There you go.
Smile. There you go. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Good to see y'all. Just because you're not in 8th grade anymore doesn't mean you can't stop by and say hi. Bob and city staff, thank you for indulging bringing those students in here. I think it's
awesome.
been such a good thing to have when we can bring them in and get involved. Number 4, presentation to Sarah Bello in recognition of her service to the citizens of Perkins as Ward 3 Commissioner 2021 through 2024 and as Vice Mayor 2021-2022 and sent by my side for 2023 and 2024. So, here's your pretty.
Thank you so much. You get to take a picture with me.
Oh,
She's not done bossing you.
I should have brought you.
One more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Bob, will you take our picture, please?
I will.
You know how to use it better than I do.
Just push the button.
I need those pants.
Did you take a few?
I did.
Thank you. It was an honor to serve next to all of you. So, none of it can be done without Dan.
Yes, you get to take it with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just saying, like, to go have dinner.
Can we take a quick break
Yes.
so that we may properly say goodbye to you and
Eat a cupcake.
eat a cupcake?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Do you want me to pause this, Tammy?
Yes, please.
What will we do without you?
Last time, we were gonna have to find out.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Bob. Amy, should we turn that off?
Hey, can you,
Yeah, I'm gonna sign in real quick.
if you.
All right. We're live.
We're on, we are.
Especially with what's going on.
Yeah.
That's, yes. Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Amy, guess we better reestablish a quorum since we've lost one.
Yes.
Okay. Mayor?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Justin? Yes. Sarah Dickerson is absent.
Okay, number 5, oath of office, Ward 1 Commissioner Jason Cox. I guess I'm just gonna be moving on the move tonight.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'd rather walk than
Sit.
down the whole time.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
I don't know. I don't have my name tag on.
Okay.
Did you start the recorder? Yes. You guys have to decide who's gonna do that now.
He just stepped in.
Okay.
He just took charge. I, Jason Cox,
I, Jason Cox,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not
and that I will not
knowingly receive directly or indirectly
knowingly receive, directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or any valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance of any act or duty
for the performance or non-performance of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear or affirm
I further swear or affirm
that I will faithfully discharge my duties as Commissioner
that I will faithfully discharge my duties as Commissioner
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Good job. Thanks for signing that. It's a good thing I brought my Taylor tonight. Okay. Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action to solicit letters of interest for appointment to the Ward 3 City Commission seat by using social media, the website. What?
You skipped 6.
I did? Oh, sorry. Consideration, thank you.
Sorry.
Consideration, discussion, and possible action to declare a vacancy of Ward 3 Commissioner position. Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome.
Make a motion to
Sorry, Justin.
the vacancy of Ward 3 Commissioner position.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, number 7. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to solicit letters of interest for appointment to the Ward 3 City Commission seat by using social media, the website, and the public bulletin boards. Staff report.
This would be the same way we do vacancies on every board. So we would, just as it states, we'll use social media, the Perkins website, and public bulletin boards to solicit interest.
I do have a question on that. If someone is interested, do we have to wait a whole month, or can we put it on a special meeting, or I guess that would depend on everybody's schedule?
I think we're going to try to have a special meeting.
I knew that was for,
I don't think there's anything in the policy about how long you have to wait and this is a little unique in that you actually have to appoint someone within 60 days of declaring the vacancy, or it has to go to election. So this is a shortened time frame in any event.
so would we want to go ahead and wait at least one more month to make sure people have plenty of time? And so it's just not the first person that showed up type thing, or is that what we should do? Is at least wait, go ahead and wait till the next month if we get an interest?
That's how we've operated in the past, is we put it a month.
And yeah, we may also have another special meeting in May, so if somebody comes in right after that or something, we'll just have to see how it falls. But people will submit their letters to the city manager's office, and then I'll disseminate them out to you three for consideration, evaluation, and then we'll invite them to the meeting that you all decide on, I guess, in May.
And Dickerson's away on a business.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, you four, so.
All right. Make a motion that the city solicit letters of interest for appointment to the Ward 3 City Commission seat by using social media, the website, and public bulletin boards.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Number 8, nomination and election of vice mayor. So I would like to nominate Commissioner Justin Henniger as the City of Perkins vice mayor, as long as he accepts it.
I'll second that.
I accept.
Are you going to vote yes?
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Because Dickerson said lose her number. Number 9. Boy, that's taking a long time to get to consent. Consideration and action on consent agenda. Anything else, gentlemen, you want to pull out?
I'll just make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Pass on number 10. Number 11, public appearances, petitions, communications, and personal appearances. Under Oklahoma law, the city commission members are prohibited from discussing or taking any action on items that are not on today's agenda. Anyone? Okay. Number 12, public hearing regarding the rezoning application of the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma requesting the change of zoning classification of a tract of land located on south side of 116th Street, Highway 33, approximately a quarter mile west of Main Street, containing an area of approximately 10 acres from agricultural to commercial. So, staff report or any questions for staff?
This portion is for anybody in the public to come forward and speak for or against. But it'll do exactly, if approved, this would change the zoning from agricultural to commercial to allow, which would then allow the Iowa Tribe to move forward with their development.
I do not see anyone from the Iowa Tribe here, but I was at the Planning Commission, and so that meeting, it was passed there, correct?
The site plan will go before the Planning Commission on Thursday.
Okay.
The zoning was approved, yes.
Recommended
As
for
approved,
approval.
yes. Yes.
So, anyone from the public want to comment during the hearing? So number 12 seems to be in order. Completed all speakers. Okay. Discussion. Any questions or comments, commissioners?
I don't.
No? So,
Okay, hold on. You're still on in the public hearing on number 12?
I was getting ready to close it.
Okay, thank you.
So I make a motion that we close the public hearing regarding the rezoning application of the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma, requesting the change of zoning classification of a tract of land located on south side of 116th Street, Highway 33, approximately a quarter mile west of Main Street, containing an area of approximately 10 acres from agricultural to commercial.
You don't have to do a motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, it just said motion.
You just declared it closed.
Okay,
We'll call it that, yeah.
I'm gonna change that on this paper then.
That is it wrong?
Yeah, that said to do motion. All right, 13. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the rezoning application of the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma requesting the change of zoning classification of a tract of land located on the south side of 116th Street, Highway 33, approximately a quarter mile west of Main Street, containing an area of approximately 10 acres from agricultural to commercial.
Okay, motion to approve the rezoning application of Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma requesting the change of zoning classification of a tract of land located on the south side of 116th Street, Highway 33, approximately a quarter mile west of Main Street, containing an area of approximately 10 acres from agricultural to commercial.
I second it.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 14. We are going into another public hearing on ordinance 498, amending section 10-3-2, application for amendment of Perkins City Code Title 10, Planning and Zoning, Chapter 3, amendments and declaring an emergency. Staff report.
This is, if you look at the one-page ordinance that this is, it's basically just to delete the language that says that no application fee should be assessed or paid for a zoning change. And zoning changes actually have cost the city more than most types of applications, land use applications, because the city has to publish and post about the zoning change on the property. So it's an expensive endeavor. And, you know, we have no idea who thought that was a good idea to add, but we think it might be a good idea to take it out.
Anyone else want to speak? Commissioners? All right. So we'll close the public hearing.
But there's no public hearing on this one.
There
There it is.
It said public hearing.
14.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not with you. Okay. Close the public hearing.
Okay. No. Okay.
Can't blame me for this.
Oh, I'll find a way.
Hey, give her highlighter. Did we go straight to 15?
Yes.
Okay, number 15. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve ordinance 498 and ordinance amending section 10-3-2, application for amendment of Perkins City Code Title 10, Planning and Zoning, Chapter 3, amendments and declaring an emergency.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance 498, an ordinance amending section 10-3-2, application for amendment of Perkins City of Code Title 10, Planning and Zoning, Chapter 3, amendments and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 16, consideration, discussion, and possible action on declaring an emergency on ordinance 498.
I make a motion that we declare an emergency on ordinance 498.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Number 17, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve ordinance 502 and ordinance adding chapter 5, fats, oils, and grease control to Perkins City Code Title 8, public utilities, and declaring an emergency.
So this is a fairly extensive and important ordinance relating to fats, oils, and grease that are going into our sewer system because they cause damage to the pipes, and they are a challenge once they reach the wastewater plant. So basically this is talking about facilities that generate, this does not apply to like homes, but it does apply to restaurants, food manufacturers, nursing homes, churches, daycares, or any other facility that prepares and serves food. So they would be required to have a grease trap installed to catch, because we find people are continually putting grease down the drain, which ends up in our system. Causes, and this also, if there's oil change places that are, they would have to install grease traps if they're near, potable water systems. And they,
Like even the car wash too, right?
yeah, car washes, they have to have interceptors, and they will be, and this does apply to existing facilities, if they don't have one. They will need to get one. If they have one, they just have to maintain it and make sure it's in operational condition. This also gives us the authority to inspect them. So we'll have somebody from Public Works going to inspect grease traps, because if you don't service them, they just fill up and everything flows over the top of them and ends up in our system. So it goes into what grease traps are and the maintenance and what they can use to clean them, what they can't use to clean them. Because if you put certain enzymes in a grease trap in an effort to eat some of the grease so you don't have to clean them very often, those enzymes can react with our bacteria at the plant and cause a kill of our bacteria. So we want to know everything that's going into our system as much as possible so we can increase our treatment productivity. It talks about permitting for transporters. So they have grease companies that come out and load the grease out of restaurants and things like that. They will get permitted through the city, show us their DEQ certifications and stuff like that. Puts in a cleaning schedule for the grease traps.
It's very extensive.
It is very extensive, and it's actually
Less extensive.
it's less extensive than some, but it also gives us an enforcement and a penalty associated for those places that don't want to do that.
And do these places have this?
Some of
It's their
them,
responsibility, I get
it's their
that.
responsibility. Some of them, I don't know about all of them. We're going to publish this,
My next question.
and we're going to send it out to the generators and let them know, hey, this is a thing. If you're preparing and serving food, you need to have this. I mean, the big ones, like Ralph's has one. They have a really large one. Sonic and McDonald's. I don't know about some of the other smaller restaurants. I don't know.
We could maybe do just a one-page flyer and stick it in the next utility bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this goes back to the liability portion of a sewer system. If there's backups, things like that, this also addresses wipes, wet wipes, paper towels and things that they may say flushable on them. A golf ball is flushable, but it's not a good idea. It's the same thing. They're not designed to be flushed. So, and I have been at the sewer plant and watched those little bitty oranges. What do you call them?
Those cuties.
I've watched 3 clementines come into the sewer plant. So somebody's feeding their kid clementines and they're going and flushing them down the toilet.
I bet you've seen diapers come through too.
Oh yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff.
Interesting.
Wedding rings. Don't know if that was an accident or not, but.
I doubt it.
If any of the locations don't have one currently and will need one, is there any grace period for them to, I don't remember if I saw that or not.
I don't think there's a grace period specifically built in. I'm assuming we would have to do that kind of on a administrative level. Existing facilities.
Will our new code enforcement person be able to check these, or will they have to get trained to do that?
Code enforcement will be trained to do it. The building inspector obviously is trained to do it. And then we'll probably also have somebody from Public Works, like the sewer plant operator, will go out occasionally and look, because they'll know if they're seeing things too.
Right.
It says, the city may require an existing food service facility, automotive repair shop, or car wash to install a new grease trap or grit trap that complies. When any one or more of these following conditions exist. So basically, if we find grease coming out of their business, we're gonna require it. If they don't have a grease trap, they need to have one. So it says may,
Digester?
but I can tell you, there were 2 bills at the state legislature this session that both ended up dying well, one died in committee and one didn't get heard on the floor of the Senate. But there's gonna be a law requiring this to happen because the insurers, the OMAGs of the world, can't keep paying out the money they've been paying out and stay in business.
Well, it's a problem for every municipality in Oklahoma because it was a big discussion at the Congress of Mayors when we had our social. And we're talking about, we're at a social and we're talking about all of our wastewater treatment systems and,
Welcome to my world.
yeah, and the stuff that, like, hey, well, at least you're not alone.
Yeah, but daycares, if we start seeing a lot of wet wipes coming down the line, and we can pop manhole lids and look and get an idea, and then, figure out who's discharging what. We can also use a camera to go up the lines and find out what's coming from where. But we will be doing that, and then the goal is to enforce this ordinance in a reasonable manner, because I know everything costs money, but we have to, at the end of the day, the liability of the wastewater system lies on this commission.
Yeah.
And, as we're gonna find out later in the meeting. So, we have to make it, in my estimation, we need rules with teeth so we can enforce them. And,
Okay.
Don't hold me on this because it just came to my mind tonight, but I do believe there are grant opportunities for fog programs. And we wouldn't have that opportunity if we didn't have an ordinance. So this may be the first step towards something like that.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 502 and an ordinance adding Chapter 5 fats, oils, and grease control to Perkins City Code Title 8 Public Utilities and declaring an emergency.
Second that.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Number 18, consideration, discussion, and possible action on declaring an emergency on ordinance 502.
I'll make a motion to declare an emergency on ordinance 502.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Consideration and discussion and possible action to select a date for a special meeting for annual presentation, training, and discussion regarding City Commission Handbook and Commission duties and responsibilities.
So, as you know, or may know, David Weatherford has come the last few years as part of the OMAG recognition program. He would come anyway, whether you're doing the OMAG recognition program or not, except that the dates that we gave him in June and July, or July and August, he's not available. And I did reach out to, I guess, him or OMAG, I don't recall, but received a confirmation that that OMAG is no longer incentivizing the program with money. In the past, if you completed their recognition program, the city got a check. We believe, and I suspect that you agree, that the things that you've done as part of that program are helpful. And so this is on the agenda, proposing that we kind of do our own in-house annual training to review the handbook, to do the what did they call that, stability test, and just kind of continue to do and have discussions along the lines of what David would have, but do it as an in-house thing this year because he's not available, and we don't have to follow all the OMAG rules if we don't want to.
Would you lead that? Or you?
We would, right? We would lead that, the in-house staff-led.
We could come up with
You do some brisket?
stuff.
Yeah.
We're making a deal here. We're gonna.
Hey, I like the way you think.
I know, right? I'll bring the water.
I would lead it. You could lead it.
I think it'd be led for her.
We could be like Vanna White and pass out things.
I would,
Well, I mean, you could do it as a.
Should be Vanna.
You can also do it just forum style, like all of y'all together.
They'll whisper in my ears.
And I bet Commissioner Dickerson would appreciate being able to go to something like that. Okay. All right. Any date ideas, gentlemen?
Thinking April or May, or are we thinking?
Actually, we were thinking later in July or maybe August.
better.
Yeah, give us. Get through
It's the mayor and the guys tonight.
I had put out to David I forget what I did. I to David. Or we could even do it, I mean, or August. It's really what works for you all.
I would prefer not August. The 16th of July, that's far enough out for me.
Do you have plans, Jason?
I may or may not be here. Yeah, and I say that because it's nationals for
Who is it?
July 16th.
Would
Jalen.
you prefer the 30th? Did you say?
30th would be, I don't have anything on the 30th right now. 30th works for me.
Justin?
I'm good with 30th.
oh, I love it. Somebody putting it on the calendar.
I'm putting it on my calendar. I can't get to the other calendar.
What time do you want to do that? 6 o'clock?
Yeah. We won't put it on
In the
this.
summer?
I'll take care of
Yeah.
Thank you.
I might be busy that day.
Somebody-
And can you put Bob Brisket, because he'll need a reminder.
Does somebody want to make that into a motion?
Yeah, we want to do 6 o'clock as usual.
6 works for me.
Well, whatever works for you guys. I have the day off that day.
I'll make a motion to select July 30th at 6 p.m. for a special meeting for annual presentation, training, and discussion regarding City Commission Handbook and Commission duties and responsibilities.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 20, consideration, discussion, and possible action to select a date for a special meeting for combined training scheduled for the City Commission, Planning Commission, Board of Adjustment regarding the comprehensive plan, zoning, and subdivision regulations.
Wait till we have,
Staff report.
and have it after. Zoning won't change, designations.
I'm talking about you.
Okay, so we have an opportunity that, or we're hoping to have an opportunity to fund and hire a consultant to help us with a comprehensive plan update and a zoning ordinance change. Those are both pretty huge, but not really. I mean, they seem huger than they are. Huger, that's a new. Future.
It's a legal term.
It's a legal term.
So next month I'm buying you thesaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, a highlighter with the thesaurus attached. What I was thinking was that, and we've been thinking this for a year or two now, that we would like to do a combined training with the Board of Adjustment, Planning Commission, and Commission on just the basics of zoning, the comprehensive plan, subdivision regulations, what the Board of Adjustment does, what the Planning Commission does, how that flows into what you do, And I think it's important and helpful if all three entities understand what all three entities do and how they interact and how they're different. And Bob was just saying, well, maybe we should wait and do that training after we hire the consultant. But I actually think that it's a foundation that can be laid for this is what this is what you need to know before you walk into the room to talk about changing the comp plan, how the comp plan is used by the Planning Commission, how the comp plan is used by the Board of Adjustment, things like that. So that's the proposal and I would lead it. It's based on a PowerPoint that was done by a guy an attorney, and a fabulous land use attorney, city attorney, 15 years ago, and it's been passed around and it's been updated and it's just kind of golden, so it's the kind of thing that I would present to all of you guys, and then hopefully in the future as new planning commissioners come on or new Board of Adjustment members come on, there's that PowerPoint, and they can kind of be trained up as well.
Did we do that at the Vassar Center?
I was gonna say, could I run next door and get the Vassar Center book? Reservation
Yes,
book?
unless if you want to set a date, are you thinking set the date?
Well, is that what we're gonna do? But I would rather
What do
get
you
the
want?
reservation book to make sure that the date's available before we choose a
Yeah,
date.
maybe we don't want to choose a date.
Let's choose a date next
Choose a
month.
date
Okay,
next
that's
month.
Choose a date and then what?
Next month.
Okay,
We can be better prepared to have stuff here and all that.
okay.
So, but,
And I guess to make sure you're interested, but
yeah, I guess that's why I would propose that somebody do a motion to schedule a special meeting for combined training, because you all may go, yeah, we don't want to do that. So if you do, it might be good if it's done in motion form. And then you guys are telling the Planning Commission and the Board of Adjustment they ought to show up.
we can send I think we can send an email out to
I'm
everybody.
gonna ask you.
And everybody, just put a note in it that everybody respond individually.
Yeah, no reply all, but yeah.
Amy would be happy to send that out.
Sure
will. And,
I'll say
Yes, don't
Affirmative.
reply.
Try to get all the different people on one date. It'll be fun.
It'll be great.
If we're gonna laugh about it later, we're gonna laugh about it tonight. Okay,
We do that, so I have the motion for staff to contact the various board members to schedule a date.
Sure, yeah. However you want to do it.
okay, make a motion that staff select and communicate a date for combining training for the City Commission, Planning Commission, and Board of Adjustment regarding the comprehensive plan, zoning, and subdivision regulations.
And it will include food.
And brisket.
Brisket.
Second.
He seconded the brisket.
Mayor?
Does that include brisket? Yes, I'm just kidding.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Probably the most sarcastic mayor in the state of Oklahoma. 21, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve agreement with Reconciliation Services, PLLC, for auditor services for fiscal year 2024 at a cost of $19,800.
This is an agreement for your consideration with a new but not new auditor. Ann Cole, you've seen before at our meeting, she has been our go-to person for the last 3 or 4 years. Right now, I've just forgotten what year she started, but anyway, she worked at My Green Associates. She has left his employment to open her own firm, and she knows us, and she's great to work with. And
So this is her new firm?
this is her new firm. So I would recommend that we use
The
it.
price isn't much different than what it was.
It's about, I think it's 5, 6, it's a few percent higher.
Not that
I'm
much.
sure they were gonna raise their price, everybody's raising their prices,
Right.
so I don't know.
Because
I
I-
haven't even heard from Mr. Green's
Louis, do you have
firm.
something to green?
so-
I thought this was a new one, but I didn't take time to look it up.
So, and you'll see there's there's 2 documents in your packet. One of them is an agreement for Tammy, you know, for us, for the city of Perkins. The other one that comes from her is actually required by her state governing board, and I've forgotten the initials. I did not bring my email from her with me, I'm so sorry. But anyway, that letter is actually required on her side, so that's why we've got kind of 2 things.
Okay. Gentlemen,
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement Reconciliation Services PLC for auditor services for fiscal year 2024 at a cost of $19,800.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Mayor,
yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve agreement with Cohen Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for water tower storage and distribution.
Cowan.
Did I say it wrong? Cowan.
Yes. That's right, it's actually
Okay,
Just,
hold on just a second.
1 minute, Mayor. The city attorney showing us.
Let me play the Jeopardy song.
This is not the one.
You know, typically you guys are
They're added.
outnumbered.
Yeah, how's it feel?
Because
A little different.
I was going back.
I miss the ladies over here,
No, it's not.
the Sarahs.
Time to,
This one's-
I felt for those few months.
Yeah, well, at least this one's not hitting me.
That's why you were so happy when I joined.
It was, it was a time period where you were the only gentleman up here.
no.
Yeah, you did.
You said that.
That's why he's the vice mayor.
Say yes, but I think this isn't ready.
There's really not much to say when
Well,
I get on it.
Um,
Cheated.
Hey, are you saying we can't get a word
No,
in edgewise?
like, I can.
I'm sorry, we had a sidebar. There was this is the agreement to build the water tower that we're doing in partnership with the Iowa Tribe. This is hiring our engineer that we selected based on the criteria that were listed in the RFQ. So staff would recommend approval of this agreement.
This is a carryover from last month after we got all the reports from, how you guys,
Yes, yes.
From picking the
Yeah,
engineer.
we showed you how we did
Yes.
it, and then this is them getting us an agreement, so we would recommend approval.
because we based all of it off of a contract that the city attorney approved. Correct?
Yes, she's, well, I'm not gonna speak for you, but.
Yes, I will just say that this is the contract that I approved, and then yesterday, I can't promise, I think maybe Friday was sent to me, but yesterday I looked at an amendment that Cowan would like to make to the agreement that I'm not real pleased with. And so I think it makes sense to go forward at this time saying this is our offer. Okay, normally when we bring a contract to you, the contract is, the legal definition of a contract is an offer, an acceptance, and consideration. In other words, both sides get something. Typically, we bring an offer to you that the other side has made and you're accepting it and we're signing it and now we have a contract. This goes forward as an offer to them at this point. And if they want to accept it, great. If that one provision is something we still need to work through, we'll bring it back to you.
Okay.
That will mean they rejected your offer and we'll bring it back to you.
And this is the commission and the Public Works Authority.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for water tower storage and distribution.
Let's second it.
Mayor,
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
The next one's the same.
23, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for gravity sewer, lift station, and force main.
This would be essentially the same agreement on the body of it with the scope of work being for the lift station and associated lines. The staff would recommend approval of this one as well.
And according to their hourly wages, I picked the wrong profession.
You just got to go to school a long time, be real good at math.
I'll make a motion to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering service for gravity sewer, lift station, and force main.
I'll second.
See, that's what.
Mayor,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 24, consideration, discussion, and possible action to review letters of interest and select candidates for the candidate for the Perkins Library Board, term ending April 30th, 2027. And we have one or two.
I think we have one. Oh, Brian Norton and Austin Brown.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
would you like to speak to the commission?
Sure.
Someone turn the podium cockeyed. Could you,
Absolutely.
that's a thesaurus name. Could you please state your name and address?
My name is Austin Brown, 414 Newport Street.
All right.
So basically, I'm trying to get more involved in what my daughters are a part of. I've got two girls that are 10 and 8, and we've been actively coming to the library a lot for the past 2.5 years now. And so I don't want them to be involved in something that I'm not a part of as well. So that was the root of this. I saw the email go out a couple weeks ago. So my wife and I talked about it, and we prayed about it, and so I got all the stuff together and sent it in.
Very thorough.
So that's why I submitted it. I'm here to be a part of it, I guess. So,
Well, how old are your kids?
they are 10 and 8.
10 and 8? They go to Perkins Trans Schools or?
Rachel, my wife, homeschools them.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I brought my granddaughter up to the summer activities with the library.
Yeah.
They had to, all the grandkids had to come find the bee.
Yeah, we did that a
Last-
lot too.
We had to go find the bee. Gentlemen, you have any questions for Austin, or Mr. Brown?
I do not.
Thank you for your very thorough application and your letters from friends and your pastor, et cetera,
Yeah.
and your manager. Appreciate it.
Here it is, it's loose.
Oh,
Staff, is there any more?
Yeah, we're so disorganized.
hold on. Did they get this?
Yes. You got this,
You have a
right?
separate a letter that's separate from your packet, from another applicant.
Okay, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I only got one from Austin Brown.
It should be behind your finance. No, you only have the one from Austin Brown, and then the other one is just in, we didn't have any references or anything.
Oh, just,
Should be the email is in your regular packet.
That one's from Brian Norton. One from Brian Norton's in the packet, the one from Austin Brown is not.
yeah, I printed Mr. Brown's off separately. Is this the one you're talking about, Amy? Has,
Yes. We received that later, so it's not in the first packet that was sent out. It was sent out separate.
did it come with references?
Oh, I just saw you.
Brian's or Austin's?
Austin's did.
No, it did not. He's a current member of the planning commission, former member of the city commission. I believe his thought was, I will serve if nobody else shows interest
Okay.
to help out the city. So with that in mind, I don't think Mr. Norton would be unhappy in any way if the commission decided to appoint Mr. Brown.
Okay. Thank you.
And judging from everything he submitted, I would probably recommend appointing him. It's kind of impressive. It's good when people want to be involved.
Yes, it is. Is it on 24, would that be,
On there twice.
be no action or be there a motion so we can go on to 25?
I think that is your opportunity to discuss the candidates, and then 25 is where you're actually going to appoint.
So, anything else, guys? Okay. All right. 25. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to appoint the candidate selected in item 24 to the Perkins Library Board, term ending April 30th, 2027. Did we do 24 wrong? Should we have made a suggestion? Okay.
I think so, right?
I'd like to appoint, what?
That was fine.
Okay. We gonna vote?
Yeah. I'll make a motion to appoint Austin Brown to Perkins Library Board, term ending April 30th of 2027.
I'll second that.
I concur.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. We really do.
Yeah.
Because this did take some time. Number 26, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve city manager's contract.
He's made me crazy this last week.
Yeah.
Last month? What?
He's made me crazy this last week, so just letting you know.
Just this last week?
Yeah, especially.
Is
Nothing
that
before?
mutual?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to take the opportunity.
100%.
They're like siblings, I swear. So from what we talked about last month, the dates were adjusted. Is that
Yes.
anything changed?
Yes, the contract that you have before you is exactly the same as the one that was before you this time last year, with the exception of the signature dates and the date of term that it will expire, which will be July 30th of June 30th of 25.
Gentlemen, anybody, comments, questions?
Make a motion to approve the city manager's contract.
I'll second that.
Mayor?
Is it? Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say something smart. I decided to hold it.
Please do.
Number 27. New business. Under the Open Meeting Act, this agenda item is authorized only for matters not known about or which could not have been reasonably foreseen prior to the time of posting the agenda or any revised agenda. To pass. Number 28, I make a motion that we adjourn the regular meeting of City of Perkins, Tuesday, April 9th, 2024.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes,
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
and all the people said, amen. Tammy, do you need a break or do you want to
Okay.
go straight into it? Anyone need a break? I might. Amy, can you do a roll call to order and establish a quorum for the Perkins Public Works Authority regular meeting Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, 6 p.m. Actually, 7:00 something.
Mayor?
Yes.
Sarah Dickerson is absent. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin?
Yes.
Number 2, consideration and action on consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 4, public appearances, petitions, communications, and personal appearances Under Oklahoma law, Perkins Public Works Authority board members are prohibited from discussing or taking any action on items not on today's agenda. And number 5, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for water tower storage and distribution.
This is the same item as the previous meeting, but because it's dealing with the water tower and lift station, it has to be on both agendas.
I'll make a motion to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for water tower storage and distribution.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the amendment number 2 to the January 10th, 2024. Huh?
Mayor?
Did I miss one again?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for gravity sewer lift station and force main.
Same.
Make a motion to approve agreement with Cowan Group Engineering LLC for professional engineering services for gravity sewer lift station and force main.
Maybe I need some coffee.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you seconding item agenda number 6 or the fact I need some coffee?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll see you at 304 South. No. Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve the amendment number 2 to the January 10th, 2024 wastewater solid sludge disposal contract with Northern Oklahoma Disposal Incorporated to provide that the total contract cost shall not exceed $95,000 rather than $75,000, subject to an agreement approved by the city attorney.
The amendment number 2 has been drafted and provided to Mr. Davis. I don't believe he's gotten it signed. I expect there'll be no issues. But what has happened here is, it cost $20,000 more than we thought it would, essentially.
Yeah, we went over the amount of sludge that was being hauled out.
But it's done now.
It's done. I'm not aware if we have I guess this includes the final bill. I think these are
Yes.
round numbers.
Well,
So we don't know where it's gonna come in at.
I did get an email from Eric saying that he thought the final number was 19,000 something more, so the 20,000 is a little round, but it should be pretty close to right.
But they do have it all out and,
It's done.
Done.
Yep.
okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment number 2 to the January 10th, 2024 wastewater solid sludge disposal contract with Northern Oklahoma Disposal, Inc. to provide that the total contract cost shall not exceed $95,000 rather than $75,000, subject to an agreement approved by the city manager.
If I could interject one thing, you're always paying for sludge to be removed from the plant. So this, due to the difficulties in the previous year, you're just paying for it all at once this time. So each month, or each week really, we should be taking sludge to the landfill, and that's a separate agreement like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't, I mean, while it's a large expense, it's broken up over time usually.
It's just because of equipment and things like that. It's
Equipment and all the issues we had in pumps and the screen and,
then they didn't show up for a while.
yes. So,
So 18 months, 24 months of.
yeah, that's why we had to get it all out
Catching up.
quickly to catch up. We had to play catch up.
Okay.
So there was a motion.
I'll second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 8, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase order number 2403011 to Northern Oklahoma Disposal Incorporated in the amount of $20,000 as described above, utilizing prior year's surplus funds.
This is so we can pay them.
I'll make a motion to approve purchase order number 2403011 to Northern Oklahoma Disposal Inc. in the amount of $20,000 as described above, utilizing prior year surplus funds.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Rachel? Thank you that we have prior year surplus funds. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve budget amendment, prior year surplus, Northern Oklahoma disposal fees, Amendment 2.
This is so Rachel can move the funds she didn't let me spend.
She didn't what?
Let me spend previously.
That wasn't a dig at you, it was a compliment to her.
Sometimes it's both.
Whatever you want to own, Bob. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve budget amendment, prior year surplus, Northern Oklahoma disposal sludge disposal fees, amendment number 2.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 10, consideration, discussion, and possible action to authorize the mayor to enter into consent order number 23-205 with the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality regarding notices of violation numbers S-20941-20-1 and S-20941-23-1 regarding the Perkins wastewater treatment facility.
So this is the enforcement action from the Department of Environmental Quality onto the City of Perkins Public Works Authority in reference to the issues that we've had at the plant over the previous few years. So what they do is they send out, when there's an issue, there's things in our permit that say we have to have total suspended solids at a certain rate, oxygen at a certain rate, E. coli at a certain rate, and then each month we do testing, submit that to DEQ, and then if there's a test that we were out of bounds on, they eventually catch up with it, and it's usually quite a while later, like could be 3 years later, they send you a violation notice that you violated this part of your permit, and what are you gonna do about it? So we correspond back and forth. And then we got into, and COVID, had a negative impact on everything, including DEQ. So we started the process. We've been going through, well, there's constant communication with DEQ, but there's been notices of violation based on the variables I just mentioned in the treatment process. So a sequential batch reactor plant essentially is an aerobic sewer system on steroids that's designed to treat. Ours is 500,000 gallons per day. So with that in mind, even though it's an aerobic septic system and you don't have to do anything with your aerobic septic system at home, these systems require a fairly high amount of expertise to be able to run, and they're very finicky. So things like the fats, oils, and grease that come into the plant can alter bacteria that eat the solids, and then the bacteria fall out, and the aerobic bacteria that live on oxygen eat the anaerobic bacteria. There's different processes that have to take place. So when you're decanting, or the effluent, the stuff leaving the plant, is as clean as possible, but it's not drinking water, obviously. So then we got into the issue with the sewer screen that we've been through, and the partial destruction of our plant by solids moving through the plant, getting caught in pumps and the belt press and all the associated stuff that we have spent a tremendous amount of money on repairing. So when we first got this notice, DEQ assessed a fine of
$264.
$264,375. And so that was the initial thought, and that we had to, pay it within 30 days. So we started meetings, or I started meetings at that time with legal counsel. Trevor Hammonds is our city prosecutor, but he's a former DEQ attorney, which came in very handy. So we started settlement conferences, basically talking to DEQ, because the issue comes down to, and basically what I said is, do you want us to pay $264,000, or do you want us to put that money into our wastewater plant? Because we can't do both. And it started, we had several meetings and ended up in different places. And the final negotiating session, they came down to, we pay a fine of $35,000 now, and they defer the rest, meaning that deferment is there. So we have, in the consent order, we have like 6 months to get on track, because we're making strides, and they're requesting us to complete the installation of the automatic bar screen by May 1st. That's completed. That's already completed. They're requesting standard operating procedures. That will be complete. It's nearly complete now. We have since lost our operator. He resigned. So I'm working through this, and we have that position open, working on some things. And then we got to submit 6 months of monthly operating reports, which we will obviously do that. And then do that by May 1st. And then by May 1st of 2025, we have to have 6 consecutive months within limits.
And then every benchmark that we complete, they subtract some money.
Yes.
Complete task A, they subtract 65,000. Task B,
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
and then you go those.
So I got to tell you, when you get a call, they called me, which I thought, they called me on a Friday to start this process at 4 o'clock and said, hey, it's good to talk to you. We're going to send you a fine for $264,000. So that wasn't really exciting. But this is where we've ended up, $35,000 cash. And then, but the task A is complete. That's complete. It's functional. Task B will be complete.
The sludge removal is already completed.
Yes.
And this agenda item with my name, it just requires that the mayor of the city signs this consent order.
You're the one that legally enters into agreements, legal agreements.
I've never been a respondent.
It's just one meeting a month.
Pretty heavy, huh?
It's just one meeting a month.
Racial.
Vote.
Are our numbers within limits now?
No. No, they're not.
Is this timeframe doable for us?
I gotta tell you, I felt a little better about it when we had our operator. Things didn't go the way we thought they would. So I'm currently researching, and I'm waiting on a proposal for a company to basically sign an agreement to operate the wastewater plant. It's a company that comes well recommended. I found them through the Cowan Group because Michael Taylor, I've worked with him for over a decade, and he's a friend of mine now. But I called him and said, who would you call if you had a wastewater treatment plant and it had problems? Who would you call?
Okay.
And he said, Sean Wright. And I said, well, give me Sean's number. So I called Sean, and then I did some background checks on Sean, because we ran, and part of this, you know, we had consultants, and they're referred to in there, and then we found out one of them was a fraud, and was,
The one from down south?
yeah, and then, so none of that helped, and I think that probably mitigated our damages from DEQ a little bit, because we were doing what they were saying to do. You need to get a consultant. Well, they can't tell you who to get because there's
Conflict of interest.
so we get consultant, and then it turned out to be a bad deal, and nobody knew. It's
Well, 'cause
it's
he was a-
anybody's fault. That's my fault.
He's a traveling consultant? He was, the guy was.
Yes. So I mean, that's my fault for letting that. I didn't know, but at the end of the day, it's my fault.
That just happened this past year, Bob, so how were you supposed to know?
No, but
And move on.
it is what it is.
It
and-
affected more than just one
Oh,
municipality.
yeah, it affected a bunch of them.
It did.
And we are not the only municipality in this position. There are a lot of municipalities in this position. And not to second guess and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I haven't been known for not saying things when I shouldn't. So I think, you know, a sequential batch reactor sewer plant is a great thing, and they work well, and I believe in them, but I think when you put a highly technical piece of equipment or a process or a plant in a smaller community, you create issues when that smaller community is going to have to start competing with bigger communities to get operators. You know, these are $100,000 jobs, $80,000 jobs, and it's, you know, there's other ways to do treatment. This is the way they decided on. I completely understand why they did it, for future growth, and it makes sense. But, you know, we have a lot of residential growth, and we're hoping for more business growth that we can fuel, you know, some of these bills with. So that's why we're trying to go the private route, to get a private operator in here. Not to get too far off track, but he runs plants for other municipalities, his company does. I've checked with the regulator agencies, and everybody's impressed by him. So hopefully we can come to an agreement. Because as of right now, we've had the position posted for 2 weeks at least.
Two or three.
Almost 3
3
weeks.
weeks.
And I think we have 2
And
applications.
neither one of them is viable.
None of them they're not even close to viable. They're not licensed. So the licensed operators that you need are not applying for this.
Why would they?
Yeah.
I mean, why would they? Why here?
Someone who wants a challenge.
And it's a license that takes years to get.
It's few and
not
far
something
between.
Right.
They can just go get.
And in the wastewater and water industry, everybody's getting older, and there's not a lot of new people coming in. That's why I've been meeting with VOTEC and things like that. And I have a meeting with the Rural Water Association Thursday to try to get people interested, like in the trades. Because this is a trade. This isn't a college degree. This is, you get this on the job, and it takes, you know, 7 to 10 years to get your A licenses. But once you get them, you write your own ticket.
So, make a motion that we authorize the mayor to enter into consent order number 23-205 with the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality regarding notices of violation numbers S-20941-20-1 and S-20941-23-1 regarding the Perkins wastewater treatment facility.
I'll second.
Mayor,
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
You see how I just jumped in front of that bus so y'all wouldn't have to throw me?
You fell on the sword.
I did. Oh, Jason. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve payment of $35,000 of the $375,000 assessed penalty to the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality, DEQ, pursuant to consent order 23-205, utilizing prior year surplus funds.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of $35,000 of the $264,375 assessed penalty to Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality pursuant to the consent order 23-205, utilizing prior year surplus funds.
All right.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Number 12, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase order number 2404027 to Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality in the amount of $35,000 as described above, utilizing prior year surplus funds.
I'll make a motion to approve purchase order 2404027 to Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality in the amount of $35,000 as described above, utilizing prior year surplus funds.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 13, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve budget amendment, Public Works prior year surplus, Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality, consent order 23-205 regarding wastewater treatment plant.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment, prior year surplus, Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality consent order 23-205 regarding wastewater treatment.
Second.
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Number 13, no. We just did that one. Number 14, new business. Under the Open Meeting Act, this agenda item is authorized only for matters not known about or which could not have been reasonably foreseen prior to the time of posting the agenda or any revised agenda. Number 15, I make a motion that we adjourn the Perkins Public, what, do we have new stuff?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
No new,
No, we're talking about.
Okay.
we moved on.
All right, number 15, I make a motion that we adjourn
We're on the next issue.
the Perkins Public Works Authority regular meeting Tuesday, April 9th, 2024.
Second, before we have any more issues.
Right?
Mayor?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you get that, sir?